All right, top 15 receivers of all time, man. I did a lot of research on this, man. I'm not gonna go by the eye test too, but I didn't see Jerry Rice play. I was real young when Marvin Harrison was doing this thing. And Terrell Owens and Moss, the 90s receivers. Then you got other guys like Antonio Brown, FITZGERALD. I've seen their whole careers, man. Let's see. I already did a video on this, like 19 minutes. I'm not gonna go through every player, but I can't explain my top 15 though, real quick. Cause I think I got a group pretty good. I can see the description. I can't see the description on my live. Let me see. That's what I gotta go on here. All right, y'all, man. I did my top 15 receivers. Let me tell you why I grouped them in the way I grouped them. Reggie Wayne at 15, Brandon Marshall at 14, Chad OCHOCINCO at 13. Then pretty much 15 through 9 is debatable because I got Michael Irvin at 9, CRIS CARTER. Let's just go by first team All Pros. Reggie Wayne is 15th and Brandon Marshall 14th. They both have one first team All Pro. It didn't matter what era you played in too. Like nobody's gonna get first team over Moss. Moss, I'm talking about for Reggie Wayne's sake, and then he was the second best receiver on his team, so it was kind of hard for him. But then you got your next batch: 13, 12, 11, 10, and 9. I think they in the same group. But I think I might be disrespecting Wayne, bro. Reggie Wayne was pretty good, but he was more of a possession receiver. But there ain't nothing wrong with it. Steve Smith was too, but Steve Smith was dominated with the Panthers, bro. Steve Smith prime was better to me than OCHOCINCO, Steve Smith, Andre Johnson, CRIS CARTER, and Michael Irvin. Basically, yeah, OCHOCINCO made 2 first team All Pros. Steve Smith, Andre Johnson, and CRIS CARTER made 2 first team All Pros. And Michael Irvin made 1, but he performed in the playoffs better than like almost everybody on this list. So I had to put him up there, Michael Irvin. And then he was a leader of that Super Bowl team. And Aikman was the quarterback, but you ask anybody in the locker room, they say Michael Irvin was the leader of those championship teams. So it's intangibles, too, that put him up there. I think that's justified, man. I think Reggie Wayne and Brandon Marshall on the same level. They both made 1 first team All Pro, and I think they both had like 8 1,000-yard seasons. Chad OCHOCINCO, he messed up, man, when he left Cincinnati. I think he messed up going to Cincinnati. 2 of my favorite players ever messed up going to different teams. Chris Johnson should have stayed with the Titans. He had, I think he had 6 1,000-yard seasons in a row his first 6 years, but he had 2,000 yards his second year. But then he left the Titans, his career was over. He was only 28, but he depend on speed a lot. So those kind of running backs you're not gonna see them playing until they 35. Like everybody's not Adrian Peterson, bro. Reggie Wayne. Like I said, Reggie Wayne at 15, Brandon Marshall at 14, Chad OCHOCINCO at 13, Steve Smith at 12, Andre Johnson at 11, and then CRIS CARTER at 10, and then Michael Irvin at 9. I was waiting to put Julio up there, but James, matter of fact, he in the chat now. We was talking about Julio. Julio, man, I don't know. Julio, James had got on me about the Julio thing, because I'm going to wait to put him in the top 10. I had the top 7 always been the same. Antonio Brown just got up there, but he made 4 first team All Pro. He made more first team All Pros than Calvin. I'm not saying he better than Calvin, but like he don't. The top 5 is all guys that made at least 3 pro first team. You got to think about the first team is like 2 receivers, so you could look at a year. Maybe Steve Smith had a better year than Reggie Wayne. Andre Johnson had a better year. It's a lot of competition at wide receiver. But number 8, I got Julio. Let me show y'all his prime real quick. Because Julio prime is just as good as Calvin, honestly. They both similar athletically. Calvin just 6'5", though. Julio's 6'3", 220. You can't teach that. His first year, he only played 13 games, so he had 959. So he would have 1,000 yards that year. His second year, he played 16 games and had 1,198 yards. So he hit 580, and he had 580 yards in 2013, his third year. But he only played 5 games, so he averaged 116 yards per game. So that's about 1,700, between 17 and 1,800 yards. And then when he hit his prime, he unstoppable, bro. Like 2014, 1,539 yards. And then he had 2015, he led the league in receptions and yards, 1,871 yards. 2016, 1,409. 2017, 1,444. 2018, 1,677. And then 2019, 1,394. That's at the age of 30, he had 1,394 yards. I wish he could get an end zone more, but that's I'm not saying touchdowns overrated, but if you just look at touchdowns, and it's overrated. Because CRIS CARTER got 130 touchdowns. Is he better than Julio? I don't think so. Let's go FITZGERALD number 7. That's more longevity. Not saying he got some of the best hands ever. Close the door, JJ.
Okay.
Thank you, buddy. Larry FITZGERALD. He's a one-time first-team All-Pro. I know that's a knock on him, but longevity, I gave it to him over Julio. Do I think his prime better than Julio? No, but FITZGERALD just had like a 900-yard season, I think. Something like that. Let's see. FITZGERALD got great hands. Of course, Julio's going to pass FITZGERALD eventually. And FITZGERALD like my favorite besides Moss on this list. FITZGERALD like my second favorite receiver all time, probably. Yeah, I think he'd be a Hall of Famer, but I don't know if he's going to get voted in, though, because his attitude and stuff, man. He got a bad attitude. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. FITZGERALD had 9 1,000-yard seasons. His prime wasn't better. Julio's prime is way better. Like, I'm not trying to be... basically, let's see. Julio Jones, let me see. Julio Jones FITZGERALD never had a 1,500-yard season. See. I'm trying to go into different screens. Let me see. Julio had 1,500-yard seasons. Julio had 1, 2, 3. Julio had 3. And he only been in the league. He only played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He played 9 seasons, but one of them he only played 5 games. So I think FITZGERALD, the ranking it's only a matter of time before Julio passed FITZGERALD and Marvin Harrison. So Julio gonna be fighting with AB for the 5th spot. He might pass AB too, even though AB like my favorite player now. Like not what he do off the field, but on the field. Larry FITZGERALD, and then Marvin Harrison. I took him out the top 5 just because I don't know. I just think Antonio Brown is better. If you compare him, he made 8 Pro Bowls. Marvin Harrison, he made 3 first-team All-Pros, and Weston made 4. Antonio Brown made 4. He still ain't even done yet. Well, he might be done, but he only 31. But Marvin Harrison, best years, he did have a good prime. He put up 1,663 yards and 1,413, 1,524, 1,722, 1,272. That was pretty much. He had 1,100-yard seasons in a row. And then 1,366. He got 128 touchdowns too in his career. But to me, for playoffs was not. I don't know, man. I think he cost Peyton Manning some championships, bro. I'm not him, but like Peyton Manning needed Marvin Harrison, bro. Like with the Colts, their team wasn't really that stacked like that. Let me see. Yeah, the playoffs 55 yards per game. Regular season 76.7, so he was like 20 yards less. But it's understandable. We playing against better teams. Like everybody's stats go down. Besides, like maybe Brady stayed the same. Montana stepped it up, like quarterback wise. I'm just saying the playoffs is hard. Like you look at Dan Marino, Brett Favre, Elway, all of them struggled in the playoffs. Peyton Manning. Let's see. Then now we get into the top 5. I think 5 is. Let me look at Antonio Brown real quick. Antonio Brown prime was great. He messing up doing all the antics on Instagram though. But I just wish he just stopped. Cause I seen that happen to Chad OCHOCINCO, man. OCHOCINCO was on his way to the Hall of Fame for sure, bro. But that year with the Patriots, where he only played, he only had like 300 yards, and then the next year, when he got in trouble with his fiance or whatever, or wife at the time, what happened? He basically They say all his teammates, even the wide receivers, there said Chad Johnson looked like young, like he was fast and everything. And then he didn't even play that year, so he had missed two 1,000-yard seasons. He could have been at 14,000 instead of like 11,000 and some change. But let's see. So Antonio Brown, I think the top four is pretty much. I think the top four is pretty much cemented. I don't think nobody would disagree with the top four. Calvin Johnson, T.O. I guess you could switch those two. Then Moss and Rice. I know a lot of people that say T.O. better than Moss. A lot of people say Calvin better than T.O. I hear people say Calvin better than Moss. I hear people saying Moss better than Rice. I never heard nobody really say T.O. better than Rice. But yeah, T.O. got an argument. I'll get to that in a minute. But Calvin and, to me, Antonio Brown and Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison made 13 more pros. Antonio Brown made 4. But Antonio Brown prime is way better. Antonio Brown got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He got 8 1,000-yard seasons, and one season he played 9 games and 13 games. He only played 1 game with New England, so he just needs to get his act together, man. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 years in a row, he had 1,499. Then he had 1,698, 1,834. This is ridiculous. 1,284, then 1,533, then 1,297. And he missed a game that year with Pittsburgh. 75 touchdowns total, 11,262 yards. But for me, it's 14 All-Pros. He made the same amount as Terrell Owens for first team. Same amount as Randy Moss. I'm sorry. But I think Antonio Brown is locked in at 5 right now. I just don't know, bro. It's like Calvin retired early. I just don't think he'll ever be better than Calvin. I'm sorry. I don't think so. But he's a great route runner for sure. Medium to intermediate routes. And he was good on kick return too. But that don't count in this ranking. But fourth, I got Calvin Johnson. He made 3 first-team All-Pros. If you look at it from a skill athletics perspective, the best 3 is Calvin, probably Julio, and then probably Moss. But T.O. was in way more shape though. T.O. had a couple 1,000-yard seasons over the age of 30. But Calvin made 3 first-team All-Pros. His prime, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He had 7 1,000-yard seasons. He had 756 the first year. He didn't start. He missed 5 games. I guess he didn't start 5 games. I don't know how, but 2008 he had 1,331. 2009 he had 984, and he missed 2 games, so he would have had 1,000 yards that year too. 2010 1,120, and then he had. These 3 years is where he dominated. 1,681 with 6 touchdowns. He led the leader in receiving yards. In 2012, 1,964. So he almost had 2,000 yards receiving in 1 year. And then 1,492 in 2013. Then 2014, at the age of 29, 1,077. And then he retired at age 30. I get it. 1,214 yards. Calvin. Let's see. And then a debate for number 2 and 3. 2, 3, and 4, I guess. I don't know Calvin. I don't know Moss. Calvin dominated too, though. But Randy Moss is different, man. He just... 2. It's not really fair to compare Calvin career to Moss and T.O.'s. So, you could debate that, of talent. You could put Calvin Johnson second, but it's up to you what you think. But I think they're in the same tier for sure. But let's do a quick comparison between T.O. and Randy Moss real quick. T.O. and Moss, they just had longer careers than Calvin Johnson. So, you can still debate, but for the sake of this video, I can't compare a 9-year career to a 14-year career. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Moss had 10 1,000-yard seasons, and T.O. had 9, so that's close. Pro Bowls, they both made 6 Pro Bowls. Then All-Pro, T.O. beat them in that. T.O. made 5 first-team All-Pros, and then Moss made 4 first-team All-Pros. Let's see. If you want to go by, if you like a person that consider work ethic, then of course he'd be over Moss. Moss was so gifted athletically, though. Let me see. You don't see too many guys at 6'4" that can run like Moss. Man, he's unstoppable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Moss had 9 seasons with 10 touchdowns plus. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. T.O. had 8, so he beat him in that. But for me, what put T.O. up there is, let's see, from the age of 30 on. At age 30, he put up 1,102 yards. And this is like, think about a 30-year-old receiver out there. 31-year-old receiver in Philly. That's the year they went to the Super Bowl. 1,202. 1,200, I'm sorry. It might have been 05. No, it was 04. That was the second Super Bowl, I think, for New England. I could be wrong. Then he only played 7 games in 2005 with Philly, and he still had 736 yards. So he would have had 1,000 yards that year at 109. That was at age 32. Age 33, he had 1,180 with Dallas. Then age 34, 1,355 and 15 touchdowns. Then the 35-year-old at Dallas, 1,052 yards with 10 touchdowns. So his late career was better than Moss. Then he was 36 years old in Buffalo. He had 829 yards, so he almost had 1,000. He basically was like 171 yards away from 1,000. And then Cincinnati, he would have had 1,000 yards. He had at age 37 in Cincinnati, he had 1,000. He had 983 yards and 9 touchdowns. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I don't really have to explain Jerry Rice. I mean, he made 10 first-team All-Pros. That's double what anybody did. I mean, it's longevity, but it counts, man. Like, Jerry Rice did it with Montana, without Montana. Even though he had 2 of the top 25 quarterbacks ever. Joe Montana, what were the top 2 of the top 15? He had, let me see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Jerry Rice had 14 1,000-yard seasons, 10 first-team All-Pros, over 22,000 yards. Jerry Rice got, what up, Jeff? What up, Dre? Matthew, Dale. I forgot to pronounce his name. Delon. What's up, Auntie? James. But 22,895 yards. He got the most yards ever. Most touchdowns ever at 197. And then Jerry Rice had, he was just as good, or not better. No, I think T.O. was better at an older age, but Rice was just as good. Rice at age 40 in Oakland had 1,211 yards. Then at age 39 in Oakland, 1,139. He had 805 and 830 at age 38 and 37. Age 36, he had 1,157. Yeah, Rice was in shape, man. Like Rice and T.O., like if you want longevity, I'll take those two. But the peak you can argue, I guess Moss, AB, and Julio probably, and Calvin, those 4 had the best peaks probably. But longevity matters sometimes. 10-time first-team All-Pro, 13-time Pro Bowler, 3 Super Bowl rings, and that Super Bowl MVP. He won Offensive Player of the Year twice in 87 and 93. Let's see. Yeah, so y'all got Reggie Wayne at 15, Brandon Marshall at 14, Chad OCHOCINCO at 13, Steve Smith at 12, Andre Johnson at 11, CRIS CARTER at 10, Michael Irvin at 9, Julio at 8. But I think Julio can pass number 7, FITZGERALD, number 6, Marvin Harrison, and 5, Antonio Brown. I think Julio can do that. I don't think he's going to pass Calvin. I mean, he's having a good seasons, but Calvin was just different, bro. Julio is athletic. He gifted athletically too. He athletically gifted too. But then I got 6, Marvin Harrison, 5, Antonio Brown, 4, Calvin Johnson, 3, I got T.O., and 2, Randy Moss, and 1, Rice. Let's see. Wait, I thought Jerry Rice had 197 touchdowns. Oh, they counting the playoffs too. Jerry Rice got 208 touchdowns total. Oh, top receiving touchdowns ever. I did forget the I didn't break the. I mean, I didn't put the Lynn Swans and there's a couple other guys that I missed. Tim Brown, I don't think it was longevity. I don't think he's better than nobody on this list, honestly. I mean, you look at the yards. Oh, he had this many yards. But you got to look at how long he played and stuff like that, too. Like Isaac Bruce, that's a debate. He could have made it. Andre Reed, Lance Alworth. Hines Ward, I just don't think top 15, no. But he had 85 touchdowns, though. Anquan Bolden is another one. Not top 15, though, but these like honorable mentions. So let's see. Torrey Holt. Des Bryant, he didn't play long enough. He only played like 7 seasons. Jimmy Smith not top. He got 67 touchdowns. He got the same amount of touchdowns as Chad Johnson, Jimmy Smith from the Jaguar. I remember he played with Mark Brunell, and I think it was Keenan McCardell. That was the 90s. You got the players that's still playing right now, like AJ Green. AJ Green is 63 touchdowns. He got a while to go to pass like Ocho and all of them. DeAndre Hopkins got 54 touchdowns. He got a while to go. Odell Beckham got 48. He got a while to go too. Let me see. Yeah, so the top 10 in touchdowns, basically, the guys that did make the list, what's some tight ends on here? Antonio Gates and Tony Gonzalez they both got over 100 touchdowns. That's ridiculous as a tight end. But yeah, Jerry Rice is first with 197, Moss second with 156, T.O. third with 153, CRIS CARTER fourth with 130, Marvin Harrison fifth with 128, Larry Fitzgerald sixth with 120, just touchdowns. Then Gates, you got Gates and Gonzalez. I got both of them top 5 tight ends. I think it's no debating. Tim Brown, 100 touchdowns. He didn't make my list though. And Steve Largent had 100. Maybe he could have made it too. Don Hudson had 99. Isaac Bruce had 91. These some good receivers though that could have made. If I did a top 25 list, they'd definitely make it. Andre Reed was good from the Bills. He had 87 touchdowns. Yeah, Reed was a dog. I remember him. Yeah, well he was decent. 1, 2, 3. He only had 4 1,000-yard seasons, though. Like I'm saying, Chad basically doubled that. He had 8, I think. Tell you how long this video been? 15 minutes. I'm closing out. Let's see. Yeah, that's it, man. Top 15 receivers with the first team All Pros in parentheses. So 15 is Reggie Wayne, 14 Brandon Marshall, 13 I got Chad Ochocinco. Number 12 is Steve Smith. Number 11 is Andre Johnson. Then the next 3 I got CRIS CARTER at 10, Irvin at 9, and then Julio at 8. Then I got Fitzgerald at 7, Michael Irvin at 6, Antonio Brown at 5, Calvin at 4, T.O. at 3, then Moss 2, and then Jerry Rice. That's it, man. Antonio Brown can still. Antonio Brown. I don't think Fitzgerald gonna pass AB, but Fitzgerald, AB, and Julio, those 3 can still fight for the these spots still not solidified yet. Because AB could just, what if AB don't ever play again, and then Julio win a Super Bowl with the Falcons, the Super Bowl MVP, something like that. Yeah, but Julio could pass AB because he's just as dominant as AB is in his prime. But that's pretty much it, man. Football. I'm not do running backs, but I miss a lot of. Jim Brown, Walter Payton. A lot of us ain't see them play. Even Barry Sanders. Most of us was young in the '90s. But I think receivers is a better debate. Running backs, people probably pretty much gonna agree with the list. Receivers, there's a lot of debate. But that's it, man.